All right, so I'm Giles from YoChicago, and I'm down here with Jerry Karlik on the left and Keith Giles, the developers of new XO condominiums. And they're going to give you a brief overview of what XO is all about. These exciting towers in the background, Lucien Lagrange. My first question is, doesn't it cost a lot more money to build something that looks like that?
It certainly does. The shape of the buildings makes it very, very expensive because you're not building repetitive floors. Actually, every floor in this building, in both these buildings, is different. As you can see from the bottom of the buildings, they start flaring out and then they start flaring in. So every floor of the building increases by a bunch of feet or inches. And then it sort of tapers in the center, and then it keeps going out. So it is a lot more expensive to do that.
So what prompted you to spend the extra money and go with the exciting architecture rather than just build some other towers?
Well, Keith and I got a little tired of what's going on in this neighborhood as far as the kind of architecture that's been here. It's been very similar. There really hasn't been anything exciting done down here. And if you look at Soldiers Field, which is right behind us, as well as Millennium Park, which is to the north of us, you can see the excitement that's been generated by new architecture and innovative architecture. You know, people hated what Soldiers Field looks like with respect to what they did, you know, around the perimeter, but it's been a major success, as well as Millennium Park. Millennium Park has been an incredible success to the city. It's drawn thousands and thousands of tourists here, and is really a tribute to the innovation of the city. And we wanted to follow that with this design. To build something that's the same as everybody else is boring. We wanted it to be more than boring. We wanted it to be innovative and come out of the box with something very exciting, which we did, and the proof was in the pudding.
Well, and that's a big but. What's giving you the confidence level that the area is going to absorb the higher prices and pay for the exciting and the innovation?
To elaborate a little bit more on what Jerry said, the South Loop is almost a new city in itself. Half of the new inventory that's being built in the city of Chicago is being built in the South Loop. And we have a lot of competition down here. And we felt to differentiate ourselves, we had the right site to do it on, the XO site. And in answer to your question, how do we absorb it? Well, we don't really know how the future is going to be, but we do know that the first building is over half sold in just a few months. It's been by far the most successful project that Jerry and I have ever been involved with. The public has really embraced what we've done here so far, and I think it's because of the architecture, partly because of the architecture, but also because of some of the things we're offering. We're offering higher grade finishes than our competition, and we've got a very unique amenity, this Spa XO, which we've hired a consultant from New York to manage the spa. It's going to be a completely different and unique feature in the city. Nobody else is doing this, and I think people have really embraced what we've put together here.
So you're creating an environment, you're doing a spa, you're placing yourself in competition with other areas. What's moving people to come down to the South Loop rather than go to, say, River North or West Loop? What's the draw that's bringing them here?
Well, I think it's the marriage of living in the city and also having a feel of almost a little bit of a suburban lifestyle out here. Because it's not as dense down here. It's more open. The area is more open. The walk to the parks is a lot easier than in other areas in the city. I think people like the mix of the urban life with a little bit of the suburban life. Not that this is suburban, but it's as close as you're going to get out in Chicago, downtown.
One of the concerns that people express on our site is retail development and nightlife, whether there's enough of it in the area. Is that as it should be because to keep the suburban feel, or should there be more retail and commercial development here?
I think there should be a lot more retail and commercial development down here, but that comes secondary. First come the people, the density, to be able to support those kind of businesses, and then the businesses start taking the risk the entrepreneurial risk to come down here and open up and invest a lot of money into that kind of those kind of situations. But it's coming, and it's been coming, and it's been coming, and it's going to get that much larger and larger. And eventually, you're going to have all those lifestyle support type of businesses that are going to be here. When you have 10,000 units down here in the next 5 or 6 years, they'll be able to support a lot of different businesses, restaurants, shops, so forth and so on.
Both obviously advanced to a point in your career where some of your priorities change. And Jerry, you mentioned you wanted to do this because it's not boring, and you've probably done some boring buildings in the past. Obviously, or you seem to be saying that. What kind of challenges are motivating you both at this stage in your career? Since you're both experienced developers with a pretty long track record by city standards.
Well, I'm a lot younger than Jerry, so I have a different. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but your hair's grayer.
My hair's a little grayer.
But I'm a lot wiser, so.
He's a lot wiser.
Jerry's wiser.
I don't feel like we've really done any boring buildings, to be honest with you, Joe. I have followed a path.
I was picking up on what Jerry said.
Well,
I wasn't saying you had done boring buildings. I'm saying something that wants to move you to a different point in your career. It sounds like.
Well, I think both of us always look for unique challenges here, and the easy thing to do would have been a short, squat building with more efficient floor plans and less imaginative architecture. And I'm sure the project would have sold, and we would have, made a price point decision here. But both of us, I think, continually look for new challenges in what we do on a day-to-day basis. In addition, we have been here, or at least I've been here from the start. And, our first project here was in the early 90s, and I've seen the South Loop evolve, and we have always tried to be on the front edge, on the cutting edge of the evolution of the marketplace. When I first came here, people asked where do I shop for groceries. Now they can shop at Jewel, they can walk there from here. Dominic's and Whole Foods is opening in a month or so. So there's 3 grocery stores now. Target is here. Jerry said all the retail is coming. Well, there's hundreds of thousands of square feet of retail that's coming, and a couple 100,000 square feet is already here. So the people are here. The area has evolved. We are competing with other parts of the city, and we felt again that to do something different architecturally and to create a different type of environment was what was called for here. There have been challenges. There continue to be challenges. We need to bring the project in at the right price. We need to be able to sell units at higher prices than our competition. But we feel like we know enough about the market, know enough about marketing, know enough about what we do that we're going to accomplish our goals. And so far, so good.
Just as a side note, 2 different personalities, same development. How do you have you been pretty much in agreement on this project, or have there been differences that you've had to resolve?
Well, we have a very unique relationship, and we think that our relationship complements each other. And our overall philosophical strategy has really always been the same. Execution sometimes been a little different, but philosophically we're in the same place. We're socially responsible. Yes, we do this for profit, but we also do this for other reasons as well. And to leave a legacy behind is one of the things that we wanted to do as well. But in any relationship, there's always some conflict, and we're able to resolve our conflicts fairly easily. I'm pretty easygoing, and Keith, with respect to me, is pretty easygoing, and we're able to deal with each other in such a way, respectfully, that we're able to resolve all our differences. And there really hasn't been any significant differences philosophically. Execution-wise, maybe sometimes, but we get along very well, and we have a business strategy and a partnership that we hope lasts a really long time.